She didn't ask permission. She didn't wait for her husband to sober up. She didn't send a messenger ahead. She didn't pray and hope for the best. She loaded the donkeys, she rode out, and she stopped a war. First Samuel 25 opens with 3 introductions in rapid succession: a man named Nabal, a woman named Abigail, and a man in the wilderness named David. The text introduces Nabal first, very rich, 3,000 sheep, 1,000 goats. Then it adds, almost as an aside, the man was harsh and badly behaved. Then it introduces Abigail. The woman was clever and beautiful. In the same breath that the text condemns Nabal, it commends her. This is not incidental. The text is telling you exactly who to watch. And then there is David, not yet king, hiding from Saul in the wilderness of Paran with 600 men. His men had been protecting Nabal's shepherds, not because anyone asked, not because there was a treaty, but because David understood that goodwill in the wilderness was its own kind of currency. Shearing season came. David sent 10 men to Nabal with a reasonable request, a share of the provisions, in exchange for the protection already given. Nabal's answer was an insult wrapped in a question. Who is David? Who is the son of Jesse? There are many servants today who are breaking away from their masters. He called David a runaway slave. In this world, that was not just rude, that was dangerous. David's response was immediate. Every man strap on his sword. 400 men. A vow to kill every male in Nabal's household by morning. One of Nabal's servants went to Abigail, not to Nabal, to Abigail. He told her what David had sent, what Nabal had said, and what was coming. Then he said something that tells you everything about how this household worked. He is such a worthless man that no one can speak to him. The servant bypassed his master and went to the mistress because he knew who in this household could actually do something. Nabal was at a feast. The text says he was very drunk. He had no idea what was coming. Abigail did not go to her husband. She did not ask his permission. She did not wait for him to sober up and make a decision. She made one herself. 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, 5 measures of grain, 100 clusters of raisins, 200 cakes of figs, loaded onto donkeys. She told her servants to go ahead. She told her husband nothing, and she rode out into the hill country to find a man with 400 armed men behind him and a vow of bloodshed on his lips. She met David coming down the mountain. She saw him. She dismounted quickly. She fell before him with her face to the ground. And then she spoke. "On me alone, my lord, be the guilt." This is a rhetorical move, not an admission. She takes the blame not because she is guilty, but because it gives David somewhere to put his anger that isn't a massacre. Then she calls Nabal what he is. "My lord, do not take seriously this ill-natured fellow, Nabal. For as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. His name means fool. She uses it as the verdict. But here is where the speech turns, and why it is remarkable. She does not just appeal to David's mercy, she appeals to his future. The Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord is fighting the battles of the Lord. When the Lord has done to my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning you, and has appointed you prince over Israel, my Lord shall have no cause of grief or pangs of conscience for having shed blood without cause." She is speaking to a man who does not yet know he will be king. She speaks to him as though it is already settled, because she believes it is, and she tells him, "The man you are about to become cannot afford the weight of what you are about to do." David stopped. "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel. who sent you to meet me today. Blessed be your good judgment, and blessed are you who have kept me today from blood guilt." He turned around. He went home. 400 armed men, turned around by one woman on a road in the hill country who had not asked anyone's permission to be there. Abigail went home. Nabal was still at his feast, still drunk. She waited until morning to tell him what she had done. When she told him, his heart died within him. He became like a stone. 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. When David heard, he sent messengers to Abigail proposing marriage. Her response is worth pausing on. She bowed with her face to the ground and said, "Your servant is a slave to wash the feet of the servants of my Lord." The woman who stopped a massacre with the sharpest speech in 1 Samuel now defines herself as a servant of servants. We could read this as humility. We could read this as the only language available to a woman entering a powerful man's household. The text does not tell us which. It simply records what she said and moves on. So we return to the central question. Without a title or an army, she rode out alone and talked a future king out of bloodshed. The servant who came to her didn't go to Nabal. He went to Abigail because he already knew what the text is showing us, that intelligence and judgment do not require a title. They require someone willing to act on them. She already knew, not because she was given a vision or a direct word from God, because she read the situation more clearly than anyone around her, understood what was at stake for everyone involved. David, Nabal, the servants, the shepherds, herself. And she moved. The road where she met David is just a road now. The hill country doesn't remember. The text does. And the text calls what she did by David's own word, good judgment. If this episode gave you something to carry, share it with someone who would receive it. And if you are watching for the first time, Hagar, Zipporah, Mary Magdalene, the woman at the well, Deborah, the bleeding woman, are waiting for you. Subscribe to She Is Written so you don't miss what comes next. Next episode, we move to the New Testament with a woman who funded the Jesus movement from inside the palace of the man who killed John the Baptist. She Is Written. The women of Scripture, seen again.